Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. I am your host, Michael Karvelis, and this is Daily Dive. It is Friday, March the 6th, 2026, and this show begins now. We are live streaming via the airwaves of North American Talk Radio on YouTube, where you can catch other great shows like the ever awesome Great Divide on Mondays and Thursdays, live sports like last night's men's lacrosse game, where Illinois Wesleyan beat the tar out of Benedictine in men's lacrosse, and more from this great channel. We appreciate you for tuning in. On today's awesome episode, we're going to first talk to Gamble Guy, as he will give us his bets following his first kind of down week in a while, but still sporting a 30-21 record. Then we'll talk to Pat Gregoire, who is moments away from traveling to the Thunderbirds game. He will talk to us about his best bets for the weekend. And then we'll do my game previews and predictions for anything that we have left. And then I will unveil our Pick'em best bets and ladders as provided by Captain, even though he will not be able to make today's show. Before we bring on Gamble Guy, the show is presented by the NLL merchandise found at natalkradio.us/NLL. Head over there for the soft launch of the Amazon NLL shop, and it helps us in the process. When you buy something, it just says, hey, Amazon, they came from our channel, so that's awesome. Without further ado, let's bring on our first guest of the day. It's going to be Gamble Guy, who once again is back in the mix. How you been, sir?
Little Mikey Karvelis. I like how you introduced me as some gambling guru. I am the least informed guy on the show, and I already see Captain chirping me in the comments. I wanted the Vancouver money line, but it was too high of a line. So according to your weird rules on this selection thing, I had to take the over.
Real quick, on Wednesday when myself and Captain actually handicapped those games, there was a minus 189, and I checked it last night to lock it in. I was like, crap, it went up to 200. I was so mad. Like, Cool Bet was doing us a favor for a moment. All right, so let's talk. Let's just run through. You got 5 bets once again. I love that you're doing all the games once again. Like, no punches held back here.
Why am I going to skip one? I don't know. Are we going to top last week? Where I wonder what the odds would have been if you bet Buffalo to win 2 and the Rush to lose 2. So who knows what's going to happen?
You definitely would have had to wait till Saturday, but that was interesting. If you kept doing them straight bets, that would have been good money, I feel like. Toronto Rock, Vancouver Warriors. Is Nick Rose back? We don't know. I can't wait till 5 minutes before the game they talk about it. Vancouver Warriors are red hot. They have not won 4 games straight this year. They keep getting stopped at 3 games. Will this trend continue, or do you even care about the outcome of this game?
What do you mean, do I even care? Of course I care.
You're on the total.
Well, that's true. I am on the total. But again, I wanted the Vancouver money line.
Yes.
I like that line here. And then I was looking at something, you said, how dare you pick the over? But just 2 games ago, Las Vegas, it was 14-10. So I think these teams can open the floodgates. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Rock could probably. I want to hear your opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, me and Captain have been on the mindset. It doesn't matter if Holochuk or Rose is in nets. If people are on the under here, they're banking on 2 good team defenses and 2 pretty good goalies. Obviously, Del Bianco being one of them. But I feel like both offenses can explode, though. Like, this could get ugly. It could also be a shootout. So I don't know. Your over is plus money on DraftKings, by the way.
Oh, nice. I saw that. Yeah. So I was thinking like a gambler too when I made my picks. If I see plus money and I think it's kind of a pick 'em, I'm taking it.
That's what I'm saying. Thunderbirds against the Desert Dogs. I also am going to be with you on this one, just for the record. But what is your mindset in taking Halifax This money line is at minus 125 on DraftKings. Not too shabby.
What is it?
Minus 125, pretty good odds.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, look, I like Halifax coming off a 14-10 win over Calgary. Las Vegas is up and down, and their record shows that they're about 500. I just like this spot where Halifax is at home, and they're coming off a victory, so they're feeling good. I think they broke a 5-game losing streak by beating Calgary. So
yeah, it felt like a get-right game for them.
Yeah, this is a vibe pick for me.
Yeah, that's why I also did it. I feel like, both of these teams, like 4-6 for Vegas, 4-7 for Halifax. The loser of this game is going to go straight. Their season is getting flushed. The winner, Halifax is the more talented team with the better playing goalie. I'll take Halifax and Warren Hill.
And Vegas has a 3-game losing streak, so I feel like something's broken there.
Colorado Mammoth are hosting the Ottawa Black Bears. I was so close to doing the for the Mammoth money line here, as you ended up going minus 169, courtesy of the Polar Bears up in Canada. Mammoth is that just like a power play here? There's like one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah. This game kind of scared me. I mean, Ottawa's tied with Vancouver for the current longest winning streak in the league, so they're trending up. But my Mammoth, and yes, I'm going to start saying my Mammoth.
Love it. Buy in, baby.
Yeah, they bounced back last week, and I think they're going to get the good vibes going again. So how do you bet against then again, I always say, how do you bet against the Rush or Mammoth? And then the Rush went 0-2 last weekend.
No.
So we'll see what happens.
You jinxed them again, pal.
Yes.
Roughnecks, Nighthawks. A lot of people like myself are really telling the Nighthawks in this spot, you don't care who wins, you're on the total here.
I'm on the over. Yeah. Call me crazy, but Rochester just went, 25 with the Rush.
Yeah.
And they've had, and both teams, if you look up and down their schedule, they've had those weeks where it's 18-13 against the Mammoth, 16-15 with the Warriors. So yeah, I feel like these two teams are just going to open it up, and I like the over here. We went how many weeks without an over though, and now we've kind of leveled out.
Yeah, well, what's funny about that
to start the season.
Yeah. Well, they're a bunch of lows, and now the goalies need to get their gear smaller. Than everybody woke up and realized how stupid of a take that was. It's interesting because Rochester's been doing the musical goalies thing again, which I hate because I like Rochester, but I don't like that part of it. Not saying Hartley can't hold it. If you can't beat Calgary by yourself, this is going to be a problem going forward, but it's a possibility that your over is helped by that even more. So
when you say musical goalies, all I'm hearing is we're going over.
And finally, listen, man, I almost put the Firewolves money line. You are on the opposite side of this. I didn't pick this game at all for my best bets, but you like the team of my namesake jersey here, buddy.
Yeah.
Plus 115, by the way.
What is it? Plus 115?
On Bet365, yep.
I love it. Yeah, let's go. Things. I mean, what's good about Oshawa? And they're on a 6-game losing streak. Why are they going to suddenly change it? And Philadelphia's trending up. And you know what? Philadelphia, I'm going to pull up their schedule because I feel like I've bet against them before. They beat the Bandits 13-11, but they were getting beat down, and then they come back and beat Georgia. So I feel like maybe they turned something around, but it helps them that they're on a 1-game winning streak and they're playing the worst team in the league.
There seems to be more chemistry with Philadelphia because something about Oshawa seems very odd. Like when you hear them talk, like they're frustrated, they don't know at what. Philadelphia's just like, hey, every game we win is house money. Like, why not? Like, we're supposed to suck. This is who we are.
Plus, it's in Philadelphia, and I've never heard Philadelphia tell their fans to get a shower, so I feel like it's going to be a cleaner venue for a victory here.
I feel like that's like the last week we can finally use that joke where it might die down,
Oh, yeah.
One more time.
Yeah. I'm at the gate. Baby. I'm walking out of it now.
I love it. Thank you.
I'm off the tennis, Michael.
Yeah, thank you for the time. Great divide with Jeff Beck, the man without the hat and the glasses, Mondays and Thursdays. Thank you, sir.
Peace.
Bye. Oh, I love it. So again, his record is 30-21, as you'll see at the end of the show here. When we come back, we're going to bring on Pat Gregoire, kind of a brief stint, even though I feel like he's earned that on these airwaves. We're going to talk to him, though, about the Halifax game, among other games. You're watching Daily Dive. Our preview show for Week 15 continues next.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Daily Dive. We are live here on Friday, March the 6th, 2026. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Remember, head over to natalkradio.com and click the event tickets tab to get tickets for events in your area, including sports like the NLL and more things like Broadway and theater. If you're into that kind of thing, head over to that website, click the tab. It lets Vivid Seats know that we sent you. Blink twice if you're scared. Now let's bring in a man who, I'm going to be honest, he's kind of a fan base, right? It's Pat Gregoire. Can we go with Greggy Nation? Here he is. Oh, I'm sorry. How you been, man? Oh, come on.
I've been good, buddy. I've been good. Just getting ready to leave for the airport here. Greggy's Nation. I don't know. I think that maybe just includes Kai the goalie, and that's probably about it.
Man,
Okay.
Probably Frost Warning would have worked for you too, but I had to go all in.
Oh yeah, yeah, good point.
Love the Cool Bets hoodie once again, sir. I didn't realize you guys actually have like a GIF on Instagram I can use. So that was kind of cool. That was good.
Perfect.
I don't know if you did that or whoever does it, but it's awesome. All right, so let's go.
Probably our social guy. He's great.
Love it. It'll be an abbreviated segment in a way today. We appreciate you taking time of your day. You're now 32-19, and check this, folks, 3. That's ugly. We're going to try to change that. No room for that's a lie. The first game we're getting to, there is room for that, but for another tie or push. Vegas Thunderbirds. I'm putting faith in the Birds. Gamble guys putting faith in the Birds. You not so much. You're going to the total.
Yeah, this is tough because I do think like I would lean for the Thunderbirds here, just considering they're coming off the victory. You look at a team like Las Vegas, they're starting to sputter after what was a good stretch there. Knocking off, let's be honest though, it was Philly and Oshawa. They really have struggled to find their footing since Chase Fraser has gone down. But to be honest, they're still scoring goals. You put up 10 against Vancouver, which you're probably like, oh, you're barely cresting double digits, but that's one of the best defenses in Christian Delbianco. 12 against Colorado. Only 9 against Georgia, but like nobody's scoring against Georgia. 16 against Oshawa, 10 against Philly, 15 against Sask, 13 against Buffalo, 11 against Toronto. The list goes on and on, Mike. This offense can score. They're one of the top 3 offenses by goals per game. And on the flip side, Halifax hasn't been able to score the ball all year long. So why are you taking the over? Well, they came to life last game against Calgary. And I think the defense and goaltending situation in Calgary is pretty comparable to what you're going to look like in Vegas. I think probably a better goalie in between the pipes in Aiden Walsh, but the defense in front is probably not as good as even Vegas is. But I think Landon Kells is a goalie that we talk about all the time. The first 5 minutes, so important. Well, I think Halifax is a team that knows that they're going to come out firing. I think this could be a high-scoring game.
As you'll see later, Vancouver, like Captain likes the under for the Vancouver game. So for this Halifax game, and my play with the Thunderbirds money line is just the Warren Hill aspect. Like he's been more consistent this year, deserves more flowers for that. I'm not saying it's worth your money, but I kind of like your idea of a total because this game is like, am I believing too much in that Calgary win? Am I not? Why don't I just pick the total and just roll with it?
Yeah, it's like, when you look at just the grand scheme of things, what's the number up to now? 22. Again, I really do feel like this is also a playoff game, which sometimes leans to more of a grinded out defensive style of battle. But I think that Las Vegas knows if we're winning this game, if we're going to stay competitive, it's not going to be in a defensive slug it out game. They're going to want to heat things up. They're going to want to score. They're going to want to push the ball in transition, not allow Halifax to muck it up. So that's why I think we could see that high scoring, high paced game. And Mike, even if, let's be honest, we've talked about this a lot on this program. It doesn't just have to be a high scoring game. I think there's a possibility that Halifax could also run away with this thing too. Like, I think there is a capability of this being a blowout game at the same time, or a game where they're up big. Vegas kind of scores, makes a little bit of a push, and we get a backdoor cover. So I think there is a path to victory here in many, many different ways.
Love it. Ottawa, Colorado, me and you are both on that game's over. It's at -110 on CoolBet and -102 on FanDuel. I had to put it for my sake, but not -110 is not terrible odds at all. For you guys' totals. I like this though. Higgins has been a leaky faucet all year. No one's really talking about it, especially after the year he had last year. I'm also on the Jeff Teat over in this game with the goals when that comes out tomorrow. But for reasons I'll disclose later. But why are you on the over in this game?
You nailed a lot of things there. I think what it comes down to is Higgins has been a leaky faucet. I think a team like Colorado can expose that for sure. I think, though, that Ottawa has the capabilities we've seen in late in games, early in games, in the middle of the game, doesn't really matter. It's going to be a run at some point.
Yes.
It won't be instant pace of 60, so it probably will be sweaty, Mike, but they could put up big numbers. I think they have the possibility. Listen, the only thing that does scare me about this number is we don't see two bad games from Dylan Ward in a row. Thing that's a little bit concerning. But with that being said, he could still play pretty solid, could still give up, I don't know, let's say 10 or 11. And I think holding Ottawa to 10 or 11 is still pretty solid. And then Andrew Q, Will Malcolm, Jack Hanna, those fellas can do the rest of the heavy lifting. And I think we still can hit this over.
When I originally capped this game, just for the record, I said 15-12 Colorado. Captain said 13-10. I'm fully believing Colorado hits 13, and I think that definitely helps your over there. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care who the Black Bears are playing defensively. I want them to establish an identity, as Captain brought up, I believe this week or maybe last week. But I love the offense I've seen. I don't know if it's Dylan Evans who's been coaching the offense. I don't know if it's Dan McRae. I don't know if it's Jeff Teat being Jeff Teat. Hell, you're helping him out. All I know is the offense seems to not just be good. Their passing, their offensive sets are pristine. It seems to work for me, and that's why I think the over helps us here. And those Colorado games, man, they kind of let off the gas late, I think. I don't think Dylan Ward has to hold him to 8. He can kind of relax in the end, let Nathan Whittam come in. He's been okay, but, help us out here.
I think, Captain, I really thought that was an interesting comment he made earlier this week, and I've kind of been stewing on it. And I think I have come up with an identity that they do have. It's relentless and never give up attitude, because
Family mentality,
always late. Yeah, every time in these late fourth quarters, they can make a push and come back in these games. So is that a recipe for success? Absolutely not. Is it a recipe for success against Colorado? Absolutely not. But they've been doing it. They've been doing it all season long. And when I look at Ottawa in this game, why I also like the total, it doesn't matter if they are down 15-7 in the fourth quarter. Mr. Jeff Teat's going to show up. He's going to say, "Jump on my back, fellas." And they might not win the game, but they're going to help us get this over.
The rush game, it was a sign of things to come, we found out.
Yeah.
Nighthawks, we both love the cover in this game. Minus 137 cool bet is actually the best odds. So take it while you can, folks.
Yeah, this is a little bit of both. It's a little bit of, hey, Rochester just came up with one of the most gritty wins you could imagine, not leading the entire game, knocking off Saskatchewan in overtime. And these wins are wins that can propel you on a run. Correct. They're the highest of the highs right now. Sure is a bit concerning that there could be a bit of that emotional letdown. I seem to believe that Mike Hazen's going to have these guys ready. I think they're going to be using that victory as fuel to the fire. They recognize there's a lot of teams nipping at their heels. There's a lot of teams that they have to catch. And listening to Josh Sanderson time and time again after these games, just it's not good enough. It's not good enough. We got to be better in all assets of the game. Defense wasn't good enough. Didn't get enough saves. Offense didn't score the ball. Settle for outside shots. Like it is very deflating. And I would not be surprised if there's a lot of distracted minds in that locker room wondering, am I going to be on this team?
Audition, yeah. Final audition, like I said.
Yeah. So that's, you know what? I think there's a lot of distractions right now. I think the team and the franchise focus is on the future, not necessarily picking up a big win against Rochester. The only thing that scares me, they have no incentive to lose this game. Yeah. Like Philadelphia. Philadelphia's got their pick. Oshawa does not have their pick. So Oshawa and Calgary down the stretch, we have to be careful in some of these games because them losing doesn't reward them squad. It actually rewards Toronto and Ottawa who hold their picks.
Yeah, they need more help like CJ Kirsten. No one helps for sure. One last thing I'll add here. You can follow this up with your Jesse King points total. I just want to say I'm going to beg. I'm on my knees. Rylan Hartley needs to play a complete game here. I don't need to see this. If Hutchcraft has to come in for this game, we're in a heap of trouble. I don't care if they win or not. I need I need 50 plus from Hartley in this game.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. It's a great point.
Jesse King over 4.5 points. I was kind of surprised at this number, and maybe this goes into what Captain was talking about in regards to, hey, I think this is going to be an under game. Here's the thing. Bet this number and bet this entire game with a little bit of caution because I, like you, have been sniffing around trying to figure out, is Nick Rose going to play? Is he getting activated? Is he going to be? There you go. The Bloodhound's on the case. Right.
Regardless who plays, I still think Vancouver is going to win this game. I still think that the offense is going to get a fair share because it's either Nick Rose coming off being
fresh
active,
meat. Yeah, fresh meat. Yep.
Traveling all the way from Ontario to Vancouver in a late game. That's 10 o'clock Pacific, his body time. Coming off an injury, a Vancouver offense that's just starting to hum.
And got the Holochuk too.
And big time. And then if it is Troy Holochuk, let's go back to the last two games that Kurt Milosky has played against this team. He's got a great schedule, and they picked them apart. And I don't know if King's going to be scoring as much
assist.
As bingo.
Yeah, he's been the
Bingo. I looked back at it, Mike, the last couple of games that these two teams have played. Keegan Ball had a 9-point performance and a 7-point performance. Adam Charlambides had a 7-point night. So I was kind of leaning them, but I was like, wait a second here. Kings only 4.5. Well, if Dixon's going to be putting up 3 goals, if Charlotte Beatties is going to have 5 or 6 points,
1 or 2 goals in there,
if who's passing him the ball? It's going to be King. King is really, he's really starting to heat up. Yes, Keegan Ball. It's crazy. We talked about it on OTCB this week with Teddy, and he brought up a point. Keegan Ball's got 82 points. Jesse King is next with 55. There's that big of a gap in between them. The only thing is, it's like just those 2 guys took a while to heat up. Now they're starting to heat up. Dixon and King are starting to really come together, Mike. So that's why I think this could also be a big, big night for Jesse King in the assist department.
I agree with that. I'm going to let you go because you have to get out of here. But send the Polar Bears our not love, but our respect, I guess. I'm cooking them right now, 17-4 last 21. But thank you, sir, for your time. And I guess we'll see you when we see you, man. Thank you again.
Yeah, we'll see you then. And just before I go, OTCB podcast is out on all platforms, YouTube. We had a great chat with Marquez White, pride of Poway, California.
The Royals.
The really, really awesome chat with him. So tune in, watch on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Really would enjoy the chat. I suggest you do so, Mike.
YouTube. Thank you, Kat.
Yes, YouTube.
All right, bye.
See you guys.
Oh, man. Happy travels and safe travels to those people and all the broadcasters this week. I need to start saying that more. Doesn't mean anything, but it helps me out a little bit. All right, so when we come back to the show, let's do some game breakdowns and previews. And why I think a game will go a certain way. I'll say it again. I'm 17-4. My last 21 best bets, giving me a 33-23 record. Started slow. We're finishing strong. This is the way she likes it. We're right back to Dilly Dive. Don't go anywhere, folks. And stay tuned for Captain's Ladder.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Dilly Dive. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis. You are tuned in to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. Still, isn't that weird? Even if you start your show a different time, we're still the only daily show. I promised myself I wouldn't do that. It is Friday, March 6, 2026. Get your NLL merchandise at natalkradio.us/NLL. We also have merchandise, dillydivelacks.creator.spring.com. It's also in the Instagram bio. Is it still there? No, it's not. I did a little bit of spring cleaning, if you will. But I'll share some links later if you're into that kind of thing. So let's get into our the crew's pick. And I'm going to break it down game by game here. So Tim Dillon is a humble 40-41. Why didn't I put the parentheses? Of course I didn't. Anyways, he's 40-41. Captain is a humble 29-25. I'm up to 47-34. Even though my lead on Tim Dillon is not that much anyways, it's only 6 games. 7 games. Yeah. I can't. I think math is hard. Toronto Rock head to Vancouver tonight. And my prediction on this game, when I originally picked this game, I said Vancouver 12-9. I am rolling with that under. I don't want to touch it, honest to God, because I feel like in that game, it'll be a lot of sweating late. And while I do think that Vancouver's offense is potent, while I do think CJ Kurse could catch Delbs napping, I don't want to touch that total. I do think Vancouver will hold them at arm's length, and we could get the backdoor over on some point props like Jesse King's 4.5 points or other things, but I think Vancouver will control that game. The Nick Rose, Troy Holochuk thing is so interesting right now because about 6 or 7 weeks ago, we heard that Nick Rose would be out for 3 to 6 weeks. Well, time is a ticking, and we got to figure out. But again, it helps Vancouver even more because, as Pat Gregoire just mentioned, Nick Rose, if you play this game, you're traveling all the way to Vancouver. You're fresh meat. You're kind of raw. Listen, man, you ain't gonna be able to hold down the fort respectfully. And then Troy Holochuk historically has not done well against Milwaukee. I don't know how this year's rendition of Holochuk looks. I'm just saying it's not great. Side note, another person for assistant coach of the year. How about Bruce Codd, the defensive coach of the Rock? They've been really good despite Holochuk playing, 4 or 5 games now? Let me get to that actually. Troy Holochuk has started. He's played in 11 games, and I want to see how much he's actually played. So it looks like, okay, the last 6 games he has played fully. So he has played half their season now, more than that, because the game on January 17th was the one where Rose got hurt and he played 22 minutes. Now, again, he's played the last 6 games. I know he's kind of settling in. He's been okay. I like Vancouver. Vancouver's going to keep him at arm's length. Vancouver will get to Holochuk. They will get to Rose, etc. Las Vegas Desert Dogs against the Halifax Thunderbirds. When I picked this game, I landed on 11-10 or a 12-10 kind of game. I think Halifax wins it. I think it could be kind of close late. I could also see a shootout, by the way, so I'm not putting that out of the question whatsoever. I went with the Thunderbirds money line on my best bets, as you'll see in the next segment. But I do think Halifax gets a win. Tim Dillon says Vegas. I've noticed something. He picks Tyrell Hammer Jackson's team every single time. So keep that in mind with Timmy D. I feel like he would have been over 500 if he had not done that on obvious games. But hey, again, I think Halifax wins it. I am on the feeling good meter. I'm like, I feel good. I feel like everyone in Halifax feels good. Now, the season has felt like it tasted like crap, just like Pat said on Monday. It's like afterwards, like, yeah, let's drink a beer. And then within an hour, you're like, oh, yeah, standings. Ha ha, that's funny. So Halifax has got to keep feeling even better. And Vegas is a team they can beat. Now, Halifax might still miss the playoffs, but show some fight, man. You guys are too good. Your fans have been too awesome. I would expect another sellout here. It's a Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern game. That's like 5 o'clock their time. Like, why not? Or it's 7 o'clock. I forgot. It's 7 o'clock their time. Time zones are hard. But I think Halifax is going to sell at the barn. I think they're going to win. Ottawa Black Bears, Colorado Mammoth. In this game was the highest one that I scored. Colorado's 15-12, in my opinion. I think they will score 13 or more. Zach Higgins has not been good after last year. If I had introduced a breakout star award last season, I feel like Zach Higgins would have won that award or come close to it. And he's not been great this year. In fact, the numbers on Zach Higgins right now are going to be 76.5. That is awful. And I'm not saying the Black Bears defense has done him any favors. But when you have Callum Jones and you're under 78, it's kind of unacceptable, man. Like, you got to be average. And he's been below average. It's not been great for him. I think Jeff Teat, well, you're going to see my best bets. This is TBD, like to be determined in terms of the odds. I don't care. If I get a 1.5 or hopefully a 1.5 or 2.5 goals, I don't want the even thing. I'll take it off if that's the case. If I get a 1.5 or 2.5 goals on Jeff Teat, I'm taking the over. I noticed that the last few lefties that Dylan Ward has played have hit 3 goals. That includes CJ Kirst, Dylan Watson. There's another team the Mammoth played recently where a lefty was like, oh, okay, I see how it's looking. It was Mitch Jones, Chris Kluche. Like, they've been a little bit leaky on the left side, on the left-handers on the right side of the floor. So I think Jeff Teats over 1.5 or 2.5 goals. I'm comfortable with adding to my best bets. And again, I think Mammoth are just going to flex a little bit. I don't think Ottawa will be. I think they'll be competitive. I think when they go on their scoreless drought, which is inevitable, it will put them out of reach. And I think Colorado ends up. This would be like 27 goals, 28 goals, in my opinion. Calgary Roughnecks and the Rochester Nighthawks. I got Rochester. Everyone else and their sister has Rochester. Calgary is the doormat of the league right now. They are the team. Like, the Wings have shown fight. The Firewolves invent new ways to lose, but at least they're leading in some of these games. Roughnecks, when they play a good team, they're getting blown out the building. I feel like it'll be the same against Rochester. And again, I am begging Rylan Hartley to have a complete game. And finally, Oshawa, Philly. Tim Dillon's riding with the Wings. So is Gamble Guy. Myself and Captain. Our hearts in Oshawa. I don't know. I need to make a song about that because we are hell bent on picking the Firewolves. And fun fact, I actually originally picked the Wings. Captain talked me into it. Who cares? I originally said Wings 11-9, but I thought about the offense of the Firewolves. It has been good. It's been a lot better than Georgia's offense. This game could get into a shootout. And again, the total on this game is actually at 21.5. I kind of like that, but the Wings offense has got to hold up there in the bargain. And plus, Dave Mood and Dougie are actually pretty good. So I think 10 goals wins this game. And I think the Firewolves will hit that mark first and win like 11-9 or 10-8 or whatever it is. That's the pick. When we come back, let's do the ladders by myself and Captain. I know Captain's the one everyone's looking at. And of course, bets as well. Don't go anywhere. The show will conclude next.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening. You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Daily Dive. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis, once again, thanking you for watching today's Week 15 NLL preview with help from Gamble Guy and Pat Gregoire. I know some of our viewers may be saying, where's Captain's Ladders at? This guy's been talking for so long. His voice is hard to get used to, and I agree with all that. It's time. All right, so Captain, a lot of people were wondering if he was going to fire up a safe ladder after hitting 2 more this season and 3 total. It's time to start 50 to 1,000 once again. And here it is. Captain via DraftKings -115, presented by the great people at Elevated Truck and Crane, has got the under in Vancouver tonight at 21.5. That's a -115. $50 will reach $93.47 pennies that they don't make anymore. But for what it's worth, it's right there. I'm kind of curious if this hits, which I'm going to put my faith in it. I'm curious to know if Captain only did a Friday game just to make sure tomorrow he can fire it up and go step 2 and get us ahead of the curve for next week's show. Just saying, Captain's a man of the people. Now, if these 2 teams go over on Monday, we're going to get a spiteful video. It's old El Capitan throws a nickel on the under, and you guys can't score no more. There you go. I don't know what that accent is. It's supposed to be Captain's. I don't know. Next up, it's time for my safe ladder. Like, where's Captain's greedy? Patience, grasshoppers. Also presented by Elevated Truck and Crane. They help raise it up. I hit a safe ladder this year. You wouldn't know it, but I did. Give me the Warriors money line against the Rock. I think Warriors are the better team. They're going to, flex a little bit, get out the gym feeling great. And we're on to step 2 tomorrow. Simple as that. -210 via DraftKings, 50 to reach a humble $73. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's practically 74. And then that's money, but it'll be practically 1,000 in a couple of weeks. We'll be fine. Everything's great in the great world of Daily Dive. Now, let's get to Captain's greedy letter. $50 to 10,000. If he hits this next step, I don't see how people like this don't just withdraw the change, man. Are you kidding me right now? We're on step 4 on the climb to 10,000. Captain currently has $1,500 just sitting there staring at him. He's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw in a Warriors money line and Nyhawks parlay. And that parlay is brutal, by the way. +109 is just gross. Rochester. Captain needs you to hold up your end of the bargain. Because if you lose, Captain would have taken $50, turned it into $1,500, and you would have been the reason why he lost it all. Why not be the reason he gets up to $3,200 so he can crap at the next team? Don't be the reason 50 turns into nothing after getting this far. Step 4 is a big step, man. Because then once you go 3,200, the next one might get you close to 10,000. Rochester, I believe in you. I really do. My greedy ladder, step number 3, by the way. Dogs and the Birds. This will be like if you're sitting back on Saturday night watching the games. First, you're going to watch the Thunderbirds and Dogs light up the scoreboard. Then you're going to watch the Black Bears and the Mammoth do the same. And that will get you +249 odds, which means our greedy ladder will turn in from 486 to 1,700. Oh, baby. And don't think I will not be scouting for those Sunday games. I'm not against that. I'm totally not against that. Just be prepared when these puppy dogs hit tomorrow night with some popcorn in your hands. We're going to step 4 on Sunday. Vouch for me. All right. And finally, the crew's best bets. I'm week 15. I'm 33-23. I'm 17-4 in my last 21, which is ridiculous. Thunderbirds money line for me. Also in favor of Gamble Guy there. I like the Black Bears Mammoth over, as I mentioned before. That's almost at plus money at -102 on FanDuel. These are all straight bets. These are not parlays. These are straight bets. And the rule is minus 190 or better odds. All right. Nighthawks to cover. Pat Gregoire is also on that. Pat Gregoire is also on the over in the Colorado game as well. And again, I like Jeff Teat, either 1.5 or 2.5 goals. If it's 2 goals even, I don't want to touch it. I'm not a fan of the push. I think that's a waste of time and money. So we're going to do over 1.5 or 2.5. I'll go as high as 2.5 goals for Jeff Teat, and I think that'll get us some good bueno dollaros or dinero, whatever, tomorrow. And again, Pat Gregoire added Jesse King over 4.5 points to his repertoire. Did I use that word correctly? I'm not sure. Thanks so much for listening and watching today's show. Stay safe this weekend. For the Calgary Roughnecks, Oshawa Firewolves, and Philadelphia Wings, if this is your last game played in said city, listen, man, it's been a time. It's been a good time, but your team stinks, all right? I feel like some people might be poached. Also, I want to mention this, all right? This weekend, there are only 10 teams playing, which means the following teams might be picking up the phones early. The Buffalo Bandits, the Georgia Swarm, the San Diego Seals, and the Saskatchewan Rush. You heard it here at 10:46 a.m. Eastern Time. Will they be involved in the first trade? I'm curious. I'll also throw this out there as well. So Mike's in it first again at 10:47 a.m. Eastern Time. Are we going to get another sleepy trade deadline? There's been a few of those. Don't be surprised if nothing happens. I think it'd be nice. I think teams want those draft picks coming up. But we'll have to see. I want to see a couple of splashes. I'm also not going to be surprised if next year that happens more so. My bold prediction, and I hope on Monday at noon, I'm not biting myself for this or slapping myself for this. I'm going to make a prediction that next year's trade deadline is more splashes than this year. We will see, though. Monday at noon Eastern, that's the deadline. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Michael Karvelis. This has been Daily Dive. We'll see you Monday back on North American Talk Radio's YouTube channel. Stay safe.